Greetings my dears in love and light. I'm Nikki Sutton and this is the May 2018 Ascension Energy Update for you. So I'm bringing you patterns of what's going on that I've been observing, how people are feeling, what might be happening soon and things like that. Okay, so first of all, there's been some patterns to do with karma. So you might have been noticing perhaps some karmic attachments with people, and I feel like the energies are actually magnifying these things at the moment so that we can pay attention to them. They're being brought to our attention so that we can remedy them. So you may have noticed that there's a lot of emotional stuff going on with people, or that there's things you're aiming to do and trying to do and perhaps they're not working out. Now there may be lessons to learn from these things, and through learning the lessons we can figure out different ways of approaching things, so we can approach a situation differently and completely change the game. We can approach a person differently and they will completely change how they react to us. And this is part of what karma's all about. It's those things that go round and round because we're not learning the lessons that they bring yet anyway. But by becoming aware of what's going on and then thinking, okay, what do I learn from that and how can I change the situation? That turns it all around, because that's the whole point. Part of the purpose of our lives is a journey of learning and experience, and if we're not paying attention, then these lessons tend to repeat, and that's karma for you. There's also the Hermetic principle of cause and effect, which I will get to in a video sometime soon. But what we put our energy into, it multiplies. Where we focus our intention, that's where our energy goes, and that's where things start to happen. So when we become aware of things, focus our attention on them, we can learn, we can experience, and really start to remedy things. And remember that forgiveness is the eradicator of karma. So if there's someone in your life that you're having trouble with, or it's a lot of emotional stuff and it's making you feel blue or triggered, then understanding leads to forgiveness, and forgiveness is the eradicator of karma. Maybe contemplate that for a bit and how you can approach these situations a bit differently next time. Next on this May Ascension Energy Update is rewards for spiritual work and having lots of love in your heart. We can really feel rewarded when we're on our spiritual path. We really notice the difference in our lives, and we might be noticing this difference a bit more at the moment. And the reasons for that is that the energies are kind of conducive for that. So again, where we're focusing our attention on our spiritual path, those good feelings are multiplying for us more than they usually would. You might be finding that your manifesting powers are increasing, and if you're holding love in your heart, then that's really paying off for you at the moment. So more of that will be radiated back on you. It will multiply, because that's where you're focusing your energy on your spiritual work and really accepting, being able to accept and feel grateful for those rewards, those lovely love rewards that you receive in creation due to being on your spiritual path. Next on this May Energy Ascension Update for you is downloads and upgrades and revelations and innate knowing. Wow, this has been happening a lot, where someone will be meditating and they have a revelation and they just realize stuff. Another thing is they're being shown stuff. You see, during this ascension process, we are getting closer and closer to spirit, closer and closer to the mass consciousness and the Akashic records. We're able to access them more freely, and it's getting to the point where we don't even have to try anymore. So it just pops in there. This information just pops into our mind. Now, of course, because the vibration is rising, and this can be seen as well, again, I'm saying again this month, the Schumann resonance has been peaking. Okay, because the vibration is rising, we're ascending with it. Those who are doing their spiritual work and those who are awakening, we're ascending with the planet. Our vibration is rising, and that means that the veil is thinning. We are becoming fourth density beings. The veil is thinning, and you will also find that your telepathic skills, psychic skills, so telepathy is usually the communication between people mentally. Psychic skills is often a one-way sort of thing where you're picking up stuff from people. So, and empathic as well, the emotions too. You will find that these are becoming really noticeable. And even those who are unawakened, I don't like to label people, but those who haven't yet realised certain things, even they're noticing that they're picking up thoughts and information and a sense of knowing from other people, and it's starting to become a bit more than coincidence now. So the next thing I wanted to say on this May Ascension Energy Update is about synchronicities. Now, I could talk about synchronicities every month, but I want to mention this in particular this month because the synchronicities are becoming just ridiculously obvious. And you feel like you want to just go and shake everyone and say, look what's happening to me. Now, I've been seeing 1111 everywhere, and I'd sort of had a bit of a grumble because I hadn't been seeing my synchronous numbers much recently, and I said to my guides, what's going on? Are there no messages for me? And then all of a sudden, bam, there it was, 1111 just all over the place. And that's testament to communicating with your guides and getting response, isn't it? But creation is really communicating with us now. It's becoming two-way communication with our reality. It's not just fun coincidences now. It's just becoming really obvious. And again, those who are just awakening, that's something that might trigger them to awaken, is seeing these synchronicities in reality, and they're happening more and more. Next on this May Ascension Energy Update is light body activation. So as we're moving into the fourth density, we can say that the fourth density body is activating. It may resemble a light body. So I've had a number of people saying to me that they are detecting this light body on themselves when they look in the mirror, when they're looking at other people. Some people are sensing it. Also, some people are picking up little electric shocks from each other. Or it might be prana shocks. But you may be seeing auras more. So if you are detecting auras, it's just a soft little glow around people. If you relax your eyes, just relax your gaze a little bit, you might see it. I have a couple of videos on how to see auras, and you can practice on yourself by looking at your hand or looking in the mirror. So if this is becoming stronger for you, you may be picking up evidence of this light body, this body activation, which is becoming stronger and stronger as our DNA gets activated by these energies, the raising of the vibration, activating energies, activating the fourth density body. As I've said before, we can go around in life with dual bodies activated. Those who are moving into the fourth density can have their fourth density body activated. So you've got two bodies activated, the third density body and the fourth density body. And it can be perceived as a light body, which some people are picking up on. So next, we've had a full moon in Scorpio, which can signify the destruction of old and outdated organisations and structures, and the rebuilding of new ones. And I know I've experienced that in my life recently, because there's been some big changes actually for me, where ways of living have been breaking down a little bit and new things have been replacing them. I don't know if you've been experiencing that too, but I know others who have mentioned it as well. Some old ways of doing things, some old methods, old infrastructure, or even an older business, a business you've been working on, or ways of doing things. Maybe it's time to shut that down because there's some new ideas coming through. There's some new ways of doing things that you've thought of, and actually it's the right way to go. Next, we have Saturn in retrograde. So there can be implications here for those who are working for the team on the light and the team on the dark. So as I said at the beginning, rewards for those who are working in love and light. This is going to be magnified for you. You will see that your positive actions, your service to others type actions are going to be rewarded. Now, we don't do things just for the purpose of reward. We should do things without expectation of return, but there will be returns for your genuine work in love and light, your caring and understanding behaviours, and the love you give out will be reflected back on you. Now, if you're working for self-serving ends, wow, this seems like quite a polarised way of talking indeed. But if you are quite self-serving, I don't think you are because you're watching this video, but maybe you know of others who seem quite self-serving, that they will not be experiencing so much good news and good results. And if they're working in darkness, if they're working in negativity, then they'll probably receive more of the same. Next on this Ascension energy update for you for May, we have some physical symptoms, and these are the physical symptoms that people have been experiencing. Dizziness is always one that seems to occur, a spaciness, a phasing in and out, blurry vision, anxiety, heart palpitations, and sleep disturbances. So this could be attributed to solar energy picking up, or the solar system moving into a part of the galaxy with even more intense energies. No one really knows for sure. Perhaps consult some channelings, but there have been sort of even more physical symptoms recently. A lot of people complaining of tiredness, dizziness, spaciness, just not feeling too well. I'm hoping that this will start to clear up as we move through May. Perhaps the warmer weather and the sun coming out will help. And a note on that, if you see a day when there's lovely blue skies, that's a wonderful thing. But the chemtrailing is still going on, and I noticed that recently they have been instructing schools to let children, in the UK anyway, to let children know about chemtrails, to sort of normalise them. And it seems to be in the form of a song that is being sung in some schools to do with looking at the aeroplanes in the sky and looking at their fuzzy trails they leave up high or something. I forget the exact wording of this song, but the kids seem to be being made to sing it, and I believe that this is normalising the chemtrails in the sky, which is a little bit alarming. I don't know if you've heard anything about this. If your kids have been singing a song in school normalising chemtrails, then maybe put it in the comments section below. Here's some advice on alleviating Ascension symptoms. You can try grounding. I'm always recommending grounding. That's getting outside and standing on the ground, on the grass, with bare feet. In that way, the build-up of static electricity in your body is discharged into the ground, and you begin to exchange positive ions that build up in your body with negative ions in the earth. This helps reduce all kinds of inflammation within the body. We are creatures of the earth, and we need to be in contact with the earth. Next, you could try shutting down your Wi-Fi at night, or putting your phones onto flight mode at night to reduce the amount of electromagnetic radiation that we experience. Also, sun gazing if possible. I have a video on sun gazing to do it safely, so that you can download those light codes and activate your pineal gland. Research has shown that those who have regularly sun gazed over a period of years have a larger and more active pineal gland. Also, try evoking feelings of gratefulness and gratitude, compassion and forgiveness, because if we are experiencing some negative karma, this can help steer us in the best direction. Also, once or twice a day, try to be mindful and in the present moment. Breathe consciously while reminding yourself of the infinite, perfect soul and powerful creator being that you are. Next on this Ascension energy update for May is more and more people are reporting that they're better able to accept and transmute the incoming energies that they are feeling. So these upgrades and energies that they're experiencing, sometimes making people have physical symptoms, as I said, and other realizations and just certain ways of feeling, that we're getting better and better at integrating this. So it's not knocking us for 6 so much, we're getting used to it, and this is all part and parcel of ascending along with the earth, making our ascension. We're better able to cope with these energies that are coming in, because the thing about humanity is that it has been lagging behind, because we are lagging behind in our progression compared to the earth itself. But as we start to make our progression, we're better able to cope with these energies coming in, so you might find that it doesn't affect you for as long, and you're better able just to take things as they come, really, which is quite good news. You may have also noticed that recently there's quite a lot of fear mongering and war mongering in the news, and that's if you've been watching it. But when more and more of humanity are awakening, they tend to step up the disinformation. So as always, it's important to focus your attention in positive areas, obviously not denying negative things that are going on. We do our best to help and give to charity, etc., but focusing your attention in useful areas, as humanity really is speeding up now in the awakening process. You might find that people who you thought were previously unaware of spiritual matters and things like that are starting to come out with little bits of information. You may have sown seeds of thought in the past and they've accepted them. At the time they may have resisted them, but now they're saying it as if it's normal. For example, they might say something about mindfulness, or they might switch to fluoride-free toothpaste. They may stop watching TV. They might get out in nature more. They may start meditating. They may start doing yoga, all sorts of things. Now, they might not say anything to you, but they just start adopting these behaviours, which is really nice to see. So you may notice that more and more people are waking up at the moment, and this is to be expected. So that's it for the May Energy Ascension update for you. I hope you found that useful and you can relate to some of that. So please leave me and others comments in the comment section of what you've been experiencing and what you're expecting for the month of May as well. Support this Spiritual Awakening YouTube channel on Patreon and receive weekly bonus videos. You can also choose to receive spiritual guidance via email or spiritual sessions. And remember to click subscribe if you're not already a subscriber to receive regular spiritual inspiration on your journey through life. Like and share also, because we're raising the mass vibration together. So go now in love and peace.